Alright, guys, welcome to the second episode of my series of recapping VCT Lock-In. Today, I'm going to be talking about 100 Thieves, the main NA hope from this tournament. But before we get into it, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Really appreciate it, really helps out. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So yeah, 100 Thieves. My favorite team, personally. They were regarded as probably one of, if not the best team in the Americas region heading into 2023 after adding superstar Opper Cryo onto an existing core of Asuna, Bang, Stellar, and Derek. I forgot the last player, even though I'm looking at it for some reason. And they were under a great coaching staff of Sean Garris and Mike's HD. But when Sean Garris decided to retire from coaching to pursue content creation and take care of his family, there were some concerns among the community on how well they can replace him with Mike's. And as Asuna had said in an interview before the event, the main thing that they really missed from Sean was the mental aspect. And when you kind of watch their games, especially against Edward, you can kind of see that they all looked very nervous, mainly under the expectations from the community about their team, and they just looked really disappointing. I mean, they dropped a map in every series they played, and ultimately got rolled by Fnatic. So yeah, let's jump right into what happened in those games. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, in their game against Edward Gaming, they looked super nervous. I mean, all their structure just seemed to fall apart completely. They lost a lot of clutches and man advantage situations, including a 2v5 post plant on Pearl, which I mean was very very well shared and documented and whatnot. But the game ended up being really close after an insanely close icebox. Them kind of getting beat pretty badly on Pearl. I mean, their Pearl defense was just not it in this entire tournament. Or Pearl? Did I say Pearl? I meant Lotus. I always do that. And then on Pearl, they won, but 14-12 and managed to stay alive in the tournament after being down 10-12 and making an OT comeback. So overall, I think this game, it was just all around bad for them. I think Stellar had a pretty good game, and other than that, they didn't really have much to speak about. Other than Kong Kong on the other side, ZMJ KK on the other team. It's pronounced Kong Kong, believe me. Um, these stats don't do him justice. He was completely owning them, and it kind of made me realize how bad this team is at shutting down opposing star players. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. But yeah, I think this game was extremely concerning for me. And yeah, their struggles of trying to shut down a star player did not end in the foot game. They lost another Lotus game, only winning 2 rounds on defense. And Kiwi went nuclear, especially on the Neon here. Was probably the main reason they won this map. I thought they had some pretty nice ideas as well, Foot did. But overall, they looked really bad, 100 Thieves did. Um, and yeah, I don't see this issue of them shutting down, not being able to shut down star players. I really don't see it being fixed at any point soon. I mean, what time has a star player had a bad game against them? Like Saya player, uh, they couldn't shut down Cryo when he was on Xset. They couldn't shut down Tex when he was on Energy. They never really played Optic. It just has been an issue for them the whole time this team has been together. And I thought it would get fixed with Cryo coming in because I thought it was just that Will was not capable of completely shutting down a great duelist player. But that wasn't true, and it's still an issue. Even though Cryo did not play well, I don't think it really played too much of it. He made too much of a difference in this, even though he's definitely better than Will. So overall, 100 Thieves still continued to give heart attacks. And yeah, I, this game made me convinced that they would lose to Fnatic. And yeah, in 100 Thieves' final game of the tournament, they played Fnatic. They got absolutely smoked. Uh, Fractured, they lost 13-1. I think I mentioned it in my Fnatic video, but Sean Garris made a really great breakdown on this game. So you can go watch that on his YouTube channel. Uh, I think you just search Sean Garris. And then this Icebox game shouldn't have been this close. 100 Thieves went down 10-2, and then won pistol and bonus to get them back in the game, kind of. And it kind of snowballed into into 10 rounds, and then they finally lost it in a pretty tragic fashion to Durka with a shorty. So, I mean, overall, they played bad. Fnatic played some of the best Valorant I've ever seen. I don't really fault them too much for this game, but I definitely expected this game to be closer before the tournament and probably a little bit closer going into the game. I thought this was like a 60-40 game. While going in, I thought it was like 52-48 100 Thieves. So overall, an extremely disappointing run for 100 Thieves, especially being the last NA hope in the whole. So yeah, as I said many times in this video, 100 Thieves looked extremely disappointing throughout lock-in. And I came away from this tournament feeling really worried about this future, whether it be from the coaching staff, possible issues, or the roles, because Cryo's Rays did not look very good. This team doesn't look very adapted to the new meta, but I think if they even fix one of these issues, they should be a very solid force